Hello, everybody. Hello. Like that. Hi, everyone. My name is Caroline, and I'm curator here in the Ranelagh Arts Centre. And I'm going to say two things. I'm going to say one thing, just to introduce you to Jack Hart, who is going to introduce you to the next Jack, who is going to do most of the talking. Just one thing I want to say tonight. There's a lot of chat goes on these days about women in the arts. Well, this is a night, I think, for men in the arts. This is a night, it seems to me, about men's friendship and creativity working together. And I don't think we've ever had so many lovely men in this room, all at once. So that's enough. Well, Jack Hart.
Thank you, Caroline. And thank you to Caroline and all of the people in the centre here. There's an amazing board on the Caroline, and there's an amazing staff here. And with a shoestring budget, they've done up this place and kept it going, kept it vibrant, and it's absolutely stunning and a wonderful asset to Ranelagh, but also a wonderful asset to the arts in Dublin, because as you can see, it's a wonderful venue, and hopefully we'll make more and more use of it as time goes by. So tonight's event is the opening of an art exhibition. It's also the opening of a programme of events which will go on for 2 weeks until Saturday the 22nd. So if you like what you see on the walls, do tell people to come back, or indeed come back yourselves, because later on we have readings on Thursday by Leah Mills and Catherine Dunn, next Monday night the 17th by Patrick J. Daly and Franco Carroll, on Wednesday the 19th Eilish Nígwivna and Kerry O'Brien, and we finish up then on Saturday the 22nd with Celia Dufresne and Bill Gerber. So there's a great programme lined up, and in the meantime all these beautiful paintings will be on display, so do send people in to see them. It's my great pleasure to ask a great friend of mine, Jack Gilligan, to officially open this exhibition, which consists of paintings by Aidan Hickey, Henry Sharpe, Dennis Bannister and Pidgeon, 4 wonderful artists. Jack is an amazing character himself. I think people would come out just to see him or to touch him, because Jack Gilligan, you know, do you remember the Christopher Wren monument, and said, if you're looking for his monument, just look around. Now, if you're looking for Jack Gilligan's legacy in the arts in Dublin, just look around. There are so many of them. He was arts officer for the City of Dublin for many years, and developed things like the lab in Foley Street, all kinds of initiatives to support artists, visual artists, musicians, and all that kind of thing. He founded the Dublin Writers' Festival, the Opera in the Open, and so many more. You know, you'd have to list them like a litany. There's so many of them. So we all owe Jack a huge debt, and we owe him an even greater debt for coming along tonight and for officially opening the exhibition. So give a big welcome to Jack Gilligan.
Thank you very much, and thanks, Jack, for that praise, which is not deserved, but anyway, it's nice, I suppose, to be appreciated a little. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. I'm no longer working with Dublin City Council. I'm retired. I still keep involved in the arts, and that's because I'm an art lover. And I was talking to some of the artists here this evening and saying, you know, what will I say, or they were asking me what would I say, or how I was going to approach this. And I said, it's not my job, it's not my function here to do a critique of the work or anything like that, because I'm not an art critic, and I'm not an art historian. I'm somebody who worked in arts administration for most of my life, and absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, I always felt it was a great privilege, and that's, I suppose, rather than talking about the works, and you've seen them and they look fantastic. I think these are 4 amazing artists, because very often over the years I've worked with artists at the beginning of their career. These are established artists, but they're artists who are at the top of their game. I mean, and when you look at, you have a little brochure there giving all their CVs, or not all of their CVs, but an abbreviated version of the artists themselves. But it's just amazing what they've done, and you can draw your own conclusions. But anyway, we agreed that the whole thing about works like this is for each person to engage with them, to take their time, take what you want, what you can get from it. There's nobody can tell you what to take from it, in the same way that they can't tell you what to take from anything else in life. You know, we all have our own approach to whatever it is, whether it's the sunset or the sea or the whatever. You know, you get what you want. But I think there's no doubt these are, to my mind, amazing works. And the fact that they're all here, that you have 4 artists, like these 4 artists, showing their work in this relatively small space, I think it's fantastic that the centre here is doing this, and it's fantastic that the artists are cooperating and showing their work here, because they're doing us all a great favour. I mean, it's just to be able to encounter this sort of work in your local. I mean, probably most people are somewhat local here. I mean, it's Ranelagh Village, I suppose we call it. But it's great to have a facility like this here that you can drop into and enjoy work like this. And as Jack said, there's lots more happening, and on an ongoing basis a lot of things happen here. So going back on what I started about, was that this whole idea of what one gets from working with artists, and how generous artists are. I mean, they do their own work, but then they put it out there, they share it with us, and we all benefit. As I was saying earlier, what would life be like if we didn't have artists, if we didn't have painters, if we didn't have musicians, if we didn't have writers? I don't think life would be worth living. So, in my own case, it's just always been a real privilege to work with people, whether they were setting out as artists or whether they were mid-career or established. It's just a privilege to be around very creative people, and what I found was most of them are very generous in sharing what they do and in putting it out there for everybody else to engage with, and I think that's what we can take away from tonight. So I suppose the other thing to say is that the works here, you've probably got a catalogue, the work is on sale. I think it's a great opportunity if there's something good in the budget for anybody tonight, maybe they'll have a bit more money. But you can see how the bank account is. But it's great that, as